So initially the track follows the edge of the Matiri River before it heads into Matiri Forest. And just beyond that earth slip, which involved a bit of rock hopping to get over, to pass through that spur to the lake. Just getting close to Lake Matiri Hut now. When we reach the lake. Just some moments in the forest here. Ferns. And then the black fungus of honeydew on the bark there. And a walk through the forest with a noticeable sound of wasps everywhere. It's quite loud. They're becoming a bit of a pest.
Almost in tears.
Any snorers are going to stay in the hut. It's an unknown quantity.
Yeah, that's yours. I just made sure you had that.
Night time at Lake Matiri, where the wildfowl on the lake were quite loud. Next morning, the big 750 metre climb up to the plateaus. This is the first viewpoint of Lake Matiri. Beautiful views. The hut was in the far right corner of the lake. Here the lazy meandering river above the lake. Stunning viewpoint. Beach is where John camped the night before. And then just a bit higher up, this is the first views of the plateaus. The edge of the plateau where we hit the ridgeline somewhere around there to gain 1,000 Acre Plateau. Some more forest moments. Fairly unique plants in this limestone region. Heading ever up. This friendly South Island robin. Always keen to check out where you disturb the ground for dinner. Near the top now, gets a little steeper, walking through some limestone boulders. Finally up on 1,000 Acre Plateau, and that's 100 acre, with a needle and haystack in the middle there. Poor Pete's hut. There's 100 acre in the background on the skyline, with needle and then haystack. Needle 1438 metres, and haystack a little over 1,500 metres high. Kirsten heading down towards the hut. Just below the hut, the flat areas of the plateaus. This is the little two-bunk Poor Pete's hut, the rather splendid vestibule. Beautiful view from the hut across the plateau, and then moving onwards. Today we kept going past Poor Pete's to Larrikin Creek Hut, which is just below Haystack there in that dip. Trekking across 1,000 Acre Plateau, across some of the drainage streams, and fairly rough terrain heading into the forests and down to the creeks before we get to Larrikin Hut. Very cool spot.
So I guess this is the...
The most cool thing about Larrikin Creek Hut is Larrikin Creek, and one of the best pools for a dip I've come across in the backcountry. The pool at the top of a waterfall. Infinity pool. Beautiful spot. Then back at Larrikin Creek, camping for the night. Sunset reflecting on Haystack. Another noisy night of bird life, this time a moorpork. Kept me awake. Not too bad though, I guess. And then the third day, this is the climb up to Needle. Looking back down at Larrikin Creek and our camp. Beautiful flowers and feature of this walk, particularly these little white flowers. And then looking up towards 100-acre Plateau, getting closer. One of the fewer places where you can actually get up onto the top, where it isn't protected by those cliffs. Beautiful views over the forests below, with the echo of birdsong drifting up to us.
Are you on the ridge up there? Yeah, on the ridge, yeah. John? Yeah, we're on the ridge. Yeah.
So, as confirmed, on the ridge, leading up to Needle, looking out across 100-acre Plateau. Pretty unique and stunning scenery. Looking back towards Haystack on the ridge. We were thinking of climbing Haystack, but decided not to in the end, as it looks a bit loose. And here we are heading up to Haystack. Looking out towards 1,000-acre. Stunning views from the top all around.
Look at all those stands on there, John.
Looking pretty good.
That Plateau must be a complete swamp.
How old are the rocks, John? How old are the rocks? Don't say anything.
Just a little bit older than he is.
That whole plateau must be a complete swamp.
Thank you for your geology lesson.
Oh, we can camp up here, John.
Be nice, eh?
Well done.
Just on 100-acre plateau itself now. Feature of this trip was definitely the tarns we came across everywhere, scattered around the plateau. Beautiful, reflecting the scenery all around. And that was the ridge we crossed to get up to Needle. As I said, a bit loose. This particular tarn at 1100 metres was absolutely stuffed full of tadpoles, just changing into frogs.
And there's a lot of teddies.
And then we descended back down to Larrikin Creek and then walked out to Paul Pete's for our last night on the high plateaus. And this was the view that greeted us in the morning afterwards. Low-lying mist in that dish of the plateau. Stunningly beautiful. The tarns creating little changes in the mist. And then a final look at the plateau before we descend. A great trip.
together.